get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the whole closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing
Morning
me.
guys, it is Wednesday morning and we're just packing everything up, ready to make our way up to the tip, which is pretty cool. So we're just tidying up the caravan a bit. We've stocked up on food and water. We've got the swag on the roof and some jerrys now, so we're all set on that side of things. Super wet and humid here this morning, which sucks for packing up, but so we're just strapping the stuff on the roof at the moment. Everything's pretty much done. All packed up. Hopefully that's enough straps. Can't tie knots, tie lots. So this morning we just have to fill up with a tiny bit of petrol, and I'm going to go fill the water up in a minute. We're going to make sure that we're going to be okay for 3 days without the van. It should be alright, hopefully. How are we going in here, guys? We've topped up everything, obviously, for the rest of the trip up to the tip, but it's all stacked up and turned out to be a fair bit of stuff, so trying to find spots for everything is probably a little bit harder than it was before. And the other thing, like I said, we've got to try and work out how to live out of the car for 3 days with our swag as well. So everything's going to be left at Bramwell Station, and then we're going to jump into the swag, living out of the swag for 3 days, but we've worked out our food, trying to keep it basic and simple just for those days, and then we can eat like kings again afterwards. So it should be alright, I think. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much up there, not like this morning. Ollie just helping the guys close there. See if we can help.
You got it.
Alright. Bloody close.
You've done it.
Nice. All packed up?
Yeah.
We're going to stop in for this at the servo down the road and get some fuel, maybe top up some water if they have it there, and we should be good to go, I reckon. Turn the gas off. Stone stomper on. That's our new pipe that we've got. I'm probably gonna have to put a cable tie around here, I reckon. Quick check over the van, make sure all the windows. So we usually go around the van every part we can. It is absolutely filthy up here. Say goodbye to our little creek, little oasis. It's been pretty nice, and we're pretty much set, I reckon. We'll do quick check in here. Everything's off the bench. Somehow everything's perfect in here. Bianca's birthday today as well. Happy birthday, Bianca, if you're watching this again. We're pretty much set in here. I reckon that's good, babe. You got the caravan keys, and then we're pretty much ready to go, I reckon. Just start the servo. We're all topped up with fuel now. Pump these tyres up. We go 40. We were on 29, so that's warm. So we'll get them back up to 40. That should give us some good highway Ks, and once we get back on the dirt, I'll let them back down. If it's not a bad road, I'm going to go back to 30. Otherwise, we might go down a little bit lower if the corrugations are really bad. We'll top up with water here as well. Made it to Palmer River Roadhouse. Definitely heaps warmer now, which is cool. So we've been pretty muggy and not that hot, so to speak, up until now, but once we hopped out of here, it was definitely, you could feel how much warmer it was. It's quite a nice little spot. There's tons of campsites. There's fuel, there's unleaded, there's diesel. Price wasn't too bad for unleaded as well, which is good. Just gonna grab some drinks out. Everyone else is filling up, just topping up the tanks basically. We've heard that there's, oh no, disaster. Had a little rub out on the can. Not ideal. It was on the it was on the edge of that beer. We've got a bourbon filled fridge. So yeah, everyone else is going to top up with fuel here as well, just because if one tops up, then they all top up, and then none of us will get stuck out. Seems they're in a big group. Guys are just topping up now. They're coming over there, and we should be good to go. Continue on. I reckon we're about 3 hours away from where we're trying to go. So we'll keep on trucking. And I reckon it's going to keep getting warmer as we go further up, obviously. We'll check back in soon. So we've been on the PDR for about probably 100 k's now. We've just hit the dirt, the red dirt, very red dirt, and we're just airing out all the tires down. So I'm going to go probably about 26 I've got in the caravan. I've got 28 in the back tires, and then 26 in the front tires and the caravan. So I think for now it doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit corrugated, but not too bad. I reckon that's going to do us for now. I'm going to go back to airing things up. We'll hop in the car and keep tracking. Last tyre. By the look of it, everyone else is still pulled over, so we're not holding anyone up, luckily. We just didn't want to shake everything apart in the caravan if we can help it. So yeah, the first side of corrugations, I'm pretty happy to pull over and air down and make sure everything's okay. Cool, we're all set. Let's continue along the PDR. We've got about 200 k's left to go until we get to our next stop. So not a big day today, and pretty much from here on it's only about a 3 or 4 hour drive each day, so should be good. Let's get driving. Pulled into Musgrave for our first night, but it was absolutely packed, which is sort of to be expected at the moment, being school holidays. So we all agreed to sort of cruise down a little bit further, and we've got a nice little camp just off the side of a road. There's a bit of a creek or a little dam set up. Looks like we've got some firewood as well, which is cool. We're all in a big U-turn sort of shape. I'll show you around and show you where we're camping tonight. So this morning we're 10-15 minutes out of Musgrave, and today we're going to try and drive all the way down to Bramwell Station. I think the plan is to stay at Bramwell Station tonight so we can leave the vans there. So when we phoned up the lady at Bramwell previously, just to make sure that there was room down there, she said as long as you stay here, you're able to leave the vans there and then go off and do the OTT, the Old Telegraph track, and then you can pop back afterwards and grab the van. Either stay there the night and then head on, or you can pop back and grab the van and head off straight away. So I think from memory the lady said it was about $30 a night. They got toilets and everything there, so that's all pretty good. So yeah, I reckon today we're going to pack up shortly and head off. We're aiming to head off about 9, I think. It's only 8 o'clock now. It's been pretty relaxed this morning. We're all up pretty early. Had breakfast, had a coffee. We'll start putting some stuff away, and we should be all on time to leave. So the only slightly tricky thing about tonight is after this we're all going on the Old Telegraph track, and we'll be living out the car for a couple of days. So tonight will be the night to start separating everything we need for the Old Telegraph track, so we can leave the caravan back at Bramwell and have all our food and chairs and clothes and everything we need for the 4 days, or 3 or 4 days on Old Telegraph track. So there'll be a little bit of thinking and planning tonight, and then we should be all good. Took a little bit of practice to get the tunnel boot just right on the caravan, but I reckon we're all mint now. We have our 3 chairs. We probably almost need to get Kiana an ARB chair, I reckon, so we've all got 4 matching chairs and no arguments about whose chair's whose or anything like that. But the chairs all fit really well across one side with Kiana's little one up here. We've got our jack. Tonight I'm gonna have to probably empty some of the tubs so that we can chuck the tubs up on the back of the drawers. And that should keep everything nice and steady and still sort of semi-organised for the Old Telegraph track. Hopefully they don't move around too much. See what happens. The other thing is, I did notice the other day that I went to put it in 4 high in 4-wheel drive in the car, and it didn't seem like it went in properly. It didn't engage properly. So it was still flashing on the dash. So I need to investigate that a little bit further this morning, I think. We'll see how we go. We'll try. Maybe when we pull out of here, it's a little bit sandy, I'll try and pop it in 4 high and make sure it's all working, because that's going to be a bit of a disaster if we're heading to the Old Telegraph track without 4-wheel drive. See how we go, hey? We haven't done much dusty stuff yet, but I'm just going to check the air filter, I reckon. Just have a quick eyeball over it. Probably a good idea just to stay on top of it and keep an eye on everything. I mean, there is a bit of dust. I reckon getting past it, to be honest. Seems all good. A little bit of dust in there. Quick eyeball over everything as well. Time's about 9 o'clock, just before 9 o'clock, and we're all packed up. Everyone's finishing their pack ups. If you can see them off in the distance, so just putting out the fire and making sure we've cleaned up all our rubbish and everything like that. And on to Bramwell. Hopefully our drive's nice and smooth today. I reckon we're about 5 or 6 hours out of Bramwell Station, hopefully, if everything goes smoothly. You reckon they're paddable?
That looks like a good build.
Actual
What is
right.
that, track about or something? That's one of those track abouts.
We are in Cowan now. We've just topped up with fuel again. Can't hurt, keep it going. It's working well for us so far. There's unleaded fuel here, which is good. Bit of a lineup. There's 2 servos, both on the street. We've all regrouped and we're going to head off. Let's probably have a quick check over the van. All the rocks and everything. It's all looking pretty good, and we're going to head off, ready to go. Let's quickly show you this hotel across the road. Cool. I'll have to zoom in on post and show you what that says. All right, we're going to head off now. Through Archer River now. This looks pretty nice, really. river looks like a pretty cool little camp on the sand along the river there. There were people swimming in there, so I'm not sure what the go with Crocs is there. Little roadside toilet stop, and we're going to join the trends. Don't cover up a ladder.
It's not that big, but
we've just pulled up at Old Telegraph Station. Just gonna hop out and check the van. We did some pretty rough roads just then. Some of them were pretty hectic with jumps and everything, so they were hard to see them coming. So we'll do a quick walk around the van, make sure everything's all right, which I mean at the moment everything's looking, we've got all our wheel nuts, no busted pipes, all the wheels are still on the back. It's all looking pretty good so far. Everything's still on the roof, everything on the front too. All good, somehow all good. Check out this beautiful little creek. There's a sign on the tree over here, up quite high. I reckon it'd almost be 20 or 30 meters high. I'll see if I can find it. We saw it as we were coming over the bridge, and the sign's stuck in the tree saying we are in a boat. So I can only assume the water level was like right up the top, just up here. I'll show you. So the sign is, I'm not sure if you can see, all the way up there. It says that they were in a boat during that flood, which is pretty hectic. That's high. That's 20 meters high, I reckon, give or take. But have a look at this. These places are like little oases. The fresh water just runs through these barren outback settings, and it's there's all this life here. Nice little stop, stretch your legs. We've gone around the van. Van's all pretty good somehow. I don't know how we haven't damaged anything yet. Everything's all still tied down, so we're going to continue on to Bramwell. We're about 50 k's out. Check on Shane quickly. Bit noisy.
I'll start it. I reckon it nearly sounds like an alternator or a pulley or something. Nicholas. I reckon it sounds right to me.
Minto. She will be right. I think I'm going to go up and compare noises. You reckon yours is louder?
No, I can't smell it. I can just hear.
Should be right. We'll reassess in 50 k's. We have arrived at Bramwell. We'll be staying the night here as well, get everything ready for the swag. How was the drive?
Washouts, rough.
Fucking rough. Little bit of dust in here. Not much. Not too much. We've obviously had an issue with our cupboard, so you can see here this little silly plastic tab, which makes no sense really, that the latch goes onto. It's just broken the little tab off here. So everything else is all good. No other damage you can tell.
The knob's fallen off here. Where's that gone?
Okay. Oh yeah, that'll be in the bed somewhere. And then, oh, one of these as well, off the bathroom one. Crank these fans up. It's definitely hot, super hot at the moment. Get all these fans cranking. So little winding knobs falling off this. There it is. Couldn't have gone far. It's always good when the kids muck around with this. Doesn't fold up properly. Oh well. I'll probably pull these vents off and have a bit of a check over them. Everything looks to be pretty good really. The only other thing is this exhaust has been absolutely thrashed. Air intake had a little cover there for the air intake. Under here doesn't look too bad. We do have a little leak from this hose. I reckon a rock has flicked up, and I'm going to give that hose clamp a bit of a tighten and see how that goes, but it's a slow drip. We'll fix that soon. That's easy fixed. Bianca putting dust into us. Everything else is pretty good really. We'll get everything unpacked and ready so we can relax, have a bit of a fire, set the chairs up, and we're good to go. Here we are. Look at this. That's where we'll be going tomorrow morning once we're all set up and ready. Check this out, how fun would this be? That's like maximum cool, man.
Creatures in the back.
Something on a to-do list next time, for sure. Oh, it has a stick. It's like I picked it up on the way.
Tree hanging out the back.
On the back of here, the buggy. How's this lad? Got the angle in there instead of the passenger. How sick does that sound? We need some of that. That wouldn't even come off rev limiter for the next hour and a half, I reckon.
I wonder if they've seen that sign. If you're reading this sign after 2:30 PM, please prepare to camp.
Most of the stuff is all packed up now, so we're sort of on the tail end of having everything ready for tomorrow morning when we hit the OTT. Just sort of sort out the drawer a little bit. Bianca's sort the fridge out a little bit better as well. And everything else is pretty much ready to go. We've got everything we need, all our meals and everything in the tubs. We've got our spares, straps, a few bits and pieces, air filters in the tubs. The people that work here at the park have said that we can pop our caravan right next to their Lotus out the back here, so just behind theirs. They're actually looking after the park at the moment. They travel around. I think Shane said that they used to own or work at Marion Bay in South Australia, and they sort of travel around now looking after other people's caravan parks while they go away and give them the chance to have a bit of a relaxing time. So that's cool. They've been here for 6 weeks, and I think they're here for another 2 months, and they're awesome people to get along with. They're really chatty and really nice. Old mate came and had a big talk with us and everything, and gave us some info, and yeah, and had a really good chat with us, so that was cool. So we're gonna have dinner now and maybe have a little campfire and get everything ready, and then we will probably get to bed early because we've got a pretty big day tomorrow. So yeah, we'll get going.